Hello, here on what should be Sunday, October the 20th, because yesterday was the 19th, if I remember correctly. Yes, Sunday, October the 20th. Good for me. Pat on the back. But yeah, Mom came down, spent the night, saved my ass again, or at least made things a lot less stressful on me, because she paid all but one bill. She used her credit cards or credit card. There was one credit card she had that. So all of my medical bills are paid. Now I just have to pay her back. Well, except for one, the hospital. But I got on their website because I didn't even think about it. I was able to set up a payment plan with them. Unfortunately, the payment plan is like $111 for 24 months. But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I can maybe get somewhere someday. That would be nice. So maybe next year my taxes won't get fucked up, and I'll actually have a tax return that I can use to pay down some stuff. And also, next year, our company went back to giving us bonuses. Unfortunately, they're not doing it every single quarter like they used to. Otherwise, I would have gotten like 2 by now, or at least 1. I would have gotten 1 bonus check by now, maybe 2. A little extra money would have been nice, but now I should be getting that around March time, because that's the end of the fiscal year. We're not getting them until the end of the fiscal year now, so. But that'll be right around the time, like Mary Lee keeps pointing out, that's right around the time that we plan our little trip to Hot Springs, Arkansas. So that'll be nice to have the extra money for the trip. Maybe by March of next year, maybe I can have some more of my shit together. I don't fucking know. But Mom definitely took a lot of stress off of me today and went ahead and paid most of my bills off, like completely off. So now I just have to worry about paying her back, obviously. But as far as the only bill that isn't paid, is the hospital. So, as far as I know, unless I get some kind of bill in the mail that's like, hey, don't forget about us. Welcome back. But we did that. And Mary Lee was able to come over this morning and visit a little bit, speaking of Mary Lee, because I wasn't sure when we were going to be doing lunch or how late or when, or if. So I was like, I messaged her this morning asking if she wanted to do lunch, or I was like, if you just want to come by and, hang out at my apartment for a little bit, because we like every morning when she's here, Sunday morning, we just kind of dick around. We usually watch, like, cat videos or travel videos, sometimes about Route 66, places we've been or places maybe we're thinking about going, especially Route 66 here in Missouri, because it's interesting. I get to look it up and, see places, local places that maybe we could go to, perhaps, potentially. I don't know, we might be tapped out on that. Mom usually keeps track of where we've been and where we still kind of are thinking about going or wanting to go. But there's so many places, a little bit of salami. So I was picking that out of my teeth as I spoke. Got it loose and swallowed the son of a bitch. But yeah, usually on Sunday mornings we're just kind of taking it easy, relaxing, dicking around, not doing a whole lot of anything, other than watching random, YouTube videos, whatever. So I told Mary Lee, I'm like, if you want to just come over this morning and hang out, you can. So that's what she ended up doing. She came over to visit because she wasn't able to. Mom got in town later than we thought she would last night. Of course, I overslept, and that Mom wasn't feeling too good to begin with yesterday morning. So she wasn't sure when she was going to come down or whatever. But yeah, because I was supposed to send her she wrote on the front of all of these bills, the amounts or whatever, and so now you know how much I owe the hospital. But I guess my insurance took care. The bill was $69,000, I think she said, because I wanted to reply giggity. It's 60-something thousand, and all I'm responsible for is $2,600 of it. So I mean, I feel like I get fairly cheap insurance, but, or I just picked like the cheapest plan, I think, but apparently it covered quite a bit for me, which is good, which is very, very good. So, but yeah, she wrote the amounts on it, and I was supposed to send her the amounts so that she knew, how much, or like, how many she'd be able to pay, or, kind of do the math before she came down. But I didn't do that because I came home from watching my movies, and at least I got the video posted yesterday, right, or the day Friday night before I fell asleep. That was not the well. I'm working on today's question, I guess. But anyway, so that's kind of what we did, and then we did eventually go out for lunch. She wanted to go shopping at Hy-Vee. She had a coupon for like $20 off 40, which she ended up not using because she couldn't find enough stuff that she wanted to buy. And then she kind of got tired of looking because it's like, it's 4 p.m., she's been gone for a little while now. But so it was getting toward, 3 p.m., so she was kind of ready to just get home anyway. Especially since she might be stopping off in between here and there to stop off at there's a place called Moose Market in between here and there. She said in Higginsville she thought she might stop off there if they had her scramblers, and we looked up the sale bill on Facebook before she left, and they did have it for sale. So sale so she was debating whether she was going to stop there or not. Anyway, so we had a nice little overnight visit, I guess. Oh my goodness. So, before the imminent domain of crashing happens, let's find out what today's question is. Most unfair thing to happen to you recently. Most unfair thing to happen to you recently. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a lot of unfair things that happen at work. I mean, some would probably say I should say my health, but I don't take that good of care of myself. So, I mean, I guess in some ways maybe that is because it's like no, they don't know where the blood clots came from. They were trying to figure it out because they're like, well, you're fairly active. I walk to work. I work retail. I work Parks and Rec. I work outside. It's like, I mean, I haven't been on, I guess, like they were asking if I'd traveled recently. Because a lot of times, I guess, sitting around can cause blood clots. I mean, other than, working all week, I sit around on the weekends when I can, if I'm not going or doing something with Mom, but they're like, well, you're fairly active, I mean, I wasn't, like I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I wasn't really planning on dealing with this shit for like another like 10-ish years, like let me get over 50 and then we'll talk, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Jesus. Like, no, I mean, I understand, aches and pains and that kind of thing, whatever. But, nothing quite so serious. I guess not such a serious situation. But yeah, I mean, I guess in some ways maybe it was the blood clots, my health, because it's like, I mean, they don't know where they came from. So it's like, well, if you don't know where they came from, why do I have them? Like, couldn't they have just skipped it? You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to clot, I suppose. So, I mean, I guess in some ways, because it sounds like it's a very unique situation that the doctors do not understand. So it's like, I guess, I mean, I don't take that good care of my health. I don't eat very healthy, I don't, I mean, like I said, the only exercise I get is for work, like walking to work, being at work sometimes is kind of exercise, fairly, like, moving freight, walking back and forth to get things that I need because I forgot something, like, or whatever. It's just like doing mods, whatever. I was like, oh, well, now I need cleaning equipment, or like now I was like, oh, now I need some fast track for the shelf, or that's the little thing that you flip on there that the labels go into. If you didn't know that, or whatever, it's like, oh, well, now I need magnetic dividers for this product, blah, blah, blah. Or it's like, well, I want to go to the back and get the new product to see, to make sure my spacing gets in there correctly. Not that they really care about that, but, they'd rather have it done. Not like my direct supervisors, but the people above them. It's like, oh, why didn't this get done? Why did this take so long? I don't know, because we were doing our job right. Go fuck yourself. That's kind of, whatever. But, so, I mean, I guess maybe, in some ways, the most unfair thing to happen to me recently maybe was my health, because, the doctors don't really understand, I guess I'm not a usual case of someone who would get blood clots. So, I guess it's a little unfair that I got them, but there again, like I said, I mean, it could be related to something they haven't found yet. Like I said, I don't take very good care of my health. So, I mean, I don't know what causes blood clots, like, bad cholesterol. Though they checked something. I can't, or maybe it was diabetes. Whatever it was, I was still somehow under the bad number. Because the bad number was like 6.5 and I was at 6.1. So getting there, working on it. Not really, not really a goal. Not really determined to get there, but So I mean, something I've done maybe, unless I mean I just got poisoned by something, and that's what caused the blood clots. I don't know. I guess that would be unfair because, like I said, I don't take the best care of myself, of course. So I mean, something I've done at some point in my life, possibly caused the health issues. So, I mean, that's not fair if I did it to myself, you know what I mean? But if, like, I mean, oh, you were exposed to uranium or asbestos or, one of those other things, and it's like that, caused, but as far as I know, I don't know. They don't know, so, I suppose that's maybe a little unfair, but there again, it could be my own fault. I don't really know. Nobody really knows. So nobody's told me to, like, eat less cheeseburgers yet. So it might be coming. I don't know. They're like, start eating more leafy greens. I don't know. I don't know. But we shall see on that. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't really focus on the bad so much. Like, if it happens, it happens, whatever. But it's like, I guess I don't dwell on it for too long, I guess I'm just so used to being used and abused. Like, when it happens at work, it just kind of like, goes over my head. Because it's like, not that I can say that I have been, used and abused. I feel like my managers get more of the brunt of the higher-ups being like, oh, why didn't this get done? Why didn't this get done? It used to fall on us a lot more. Be like, oh, you're not working with a sense of urgency. Oh my God, I fucking hate that phrase. Like, and that's the thing, like, I think I was in another store somewhere, like, I think I was even in a different store, like a different, name brand store, and I think I heard them use the phrase sense of urgency, and I'm like, oh my God, is that in the fucking manager's textbook somewhere, that fucking phrase? God damn, But, like I said, sometimes, I have to think, and then rethink, and then overthink, and then re-overthink. Sometimes, like, what's the best way, instead of just starting something, which is on me, I should do that, but then it's like, I mean, you take the time to do your job right, and somehow you're the bad guy, because it's like, oh, you didn't get enough done, or you should have got more done than that, blah blah blah. But like I said, I feel like our managers hear that more than we do these days, so it falls more on them than us. But still bullshit, no matter what. But anyway, so I mean, I guess I'm just so used to like being used and abused, like that's just kind of like what work is, kind of, it's like just doesn't even faze me anymore. It's kind of like, well, here I am for a paycheck, so it's a symbiotic relationship. We both know why I'm here, so let's just get it done, get it over with, whatever, but it's like, like I said, it's like we don't really, like, you take the time to do your job right, and somehow you're the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, the higher ups are like, oh, you should have done more, you should have blah 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 blah. And it's like, like, why take pride in your work? Because it apparently doesn't fucking matter. Whatever, man. But though, to be fair, I don't know if I ever really took pride in my work, but I mean, I like when I walk away from a mod and it looks nice, and our managers like it when we do a mod because everything looks nice for a little while. It just looks so nice and tidy and clean, So I mean, that's the way the store is supposed to look all the time, but of course, that's not reality. So, but anyway, other than that, I don't really know. I guess if it's happened to me, I haven't dwelled on it enough for it to be in my brain to know to. I didn't know I was going to get asked this question. If I had, I guess I would have taken better notes. Sorry. But other than that, I guess, I mean, depending on, what happened with my health, it might be my fault, or it might be, fairly unfair, possibly. But I don't really know the answer to that question either. So, I've spoken long enough. This is blinking at me because I ran out of battery power. So, I'm going to get it uploaded so that maybe I would say I would go to bed, but I say that all the time and then I don't actually do it. But I could crash out here on the couch for a bit, and then go to bed. That does happen sometimes. But anyway, other than that, I will see you for what I see. I should probably turn off the camera, maybe.